Good Sunday evening, everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody made it through the storms good. Um, let's see who we got in here. We got Lisa. How you doing, Lisa? Lisa. How you doing, Lisa and Daryl? I read your message there. I understand completely. We got Cajun in there. Kevin, how you doing, buddy? There's Ben. How you doing, Ben? So, yeah, we are now receiving the uh, what do you call it? After effects of the storm, the hurricane. Hey, Ken, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming in. So we've had rain yesterday afternoon, overnight, today. Uh, we did get a little bit of a break yesterday morning. I got one side of the back brakes done on my little blue truck. No, I guess I haven't talked to you guys since then. Monday, on my way home from work. Blew a passenger side rear wheel cylinder. It's got drum brakes. It popped and started leaking, and so I had to drive the old Chevy for the week so I could get the parts and get time to do it. Hey, John, how you doing, bud? Thank you for coming in. Yesterday morning I got out there and got it tore apart. Got the new pads, and luckily that was a new wheel caliper. Yeah, caliper. Yeah, whatever. I put on there when I did the back brake line. So I was able to push it back in. What had happened was the pin that holds the shoe in place rusted off and let the shoe slip out and let the piston pop out. So all good now. We're going to take it up to the shop tomorrow after work and put it on the lift to do the other side, because I'm too old to be sitting down on the ground and everything to be doing them back brakes. That's too much for the old man. I've gotten lazy over the years, I guess, having a lift. So, that's what we did. How you doing, Cajun?
Is that a trick question?
No.
Okay, I'm doing good.
Are you dry? Are you drying out? That's the question.
We never got wet.
Oh,
We didn't get nothing off of that storm. Nothing. It was in Florida, and that cold front kept it over there, so we didn't even get clouds off of it. It didn't want to have nothing to do with that dry air over here.
Hi, Wayne. How you doing, buddy?
It ain't.
But yeah, we're getting the rain from it now.
Right.
And there's a stationary low front to our southwest, I guess. So it's just kind of pushing it right towards us, and I can tell the lows swinging through, because I woke up with a massive headache this morning. Pressure headache from So
Low pressure.
Yep.
Gets you like that. Okay.
It don't matter if it's low or high. If it's a strong enough one, it'll mess with, like, basically my sinuses and stuff like that. I don't get a runny nose or anything. I just get a headache from it. I'm in tune to the weather.
Usually after a cold front comes through, the high sets in, and that high pressure will give fish lockjaw. Gives them a headache, lockjaw, so they don't bite for a couple of days.
Yeah, but I got up, took some pills, took a couple of leave for it, went to the grocery store, bought just a couple things that I needed, come home, did a couple little things, and actually went over to Ken's house, and he's building a new hunting blind, raised blind. We're building it in his garage in pieces, and then we're going to haul it down south, and we'll assemble it down there up on stilts. So it was quite the adventure today. He bought a bunch of used slider windows, house windows. Well, some of them are new, some of them are used, but none of them are all the same size. So we're building building the walls to fit the windows.
Right.
So that that was quite entertaining. You know, but yeah, I mean, it actually went real well. We we ran out of lumber. That's why we quit for the day.
They slide sideways or up and down?
Sideways. Well, he has one that'll slide up and down, but the other four, the other four are all slider. They slide sideways.
The ones that slide up and down, you can actually turn them sideways.
Well,
I would rather be out of a side slide than up and down. You got this up and down more movement.
Yeah. Well, we looked at laying them on their side, but they're not wide enough, so it doesn't give you enough of a hole especially for bow hunting.
Oh, okay. All right. That changes the story.
Right. Hi, Thomas. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, Thomas.
So yeah, we he actually found a bunch of them on Marketplace, different places. Most all of them are really nice windows. One's a fairly old window, but the rest of them are fairly nice windows. They're just not the same. All of them aren't the same size, so trying to frame those in, and we had a basically he had his bow out there, and we measured like standard, where he'd be at shooting, and tried to center the window at his comfortable shooting height. So he can go up or down. But yeah, we ran out of 2x4 studs to finish the front wall. We got the three of them done, and we got to make a new. I'm going to have the carpenters at work make a new latch side jamb for his door he picked up. They used somebody kicked it in and busted the backside of it out, where the latch goes through. So we're just gonna make a new jamb for that side and put it in, and it's a hunting shanty. It's not a house or anything like that. So
right.
Andrew Chase, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for stopping in.
What's up, Andrew?
Yeah, Thomas. I've been busy with work too. Side work, regular work. Is that actually nice to go over and help my brother and get away from my stuff and use my brain in a different way. So, but yeah, we got 2 weeks, I think it is, until we're heading south to put it up. So. Yeah, my Caterpillar boots that I wear, I'm on 2.5 years, I think, on them. I paid less than $100 for them. They finally gave up the goat. I'm gonna have to get a new pair of those. And I finally decided I think I'm instead of keep messing around with my washing machine and having to like run it through. It'll run up and run through the wash cycle, but then the rinse and spin, it like kind of gets stuck on that. It won't run through it, so then you have to reset it and do it manually. And I'm just gonna buy a new washing machine. I'm tired of messing with it. I thought it was settlement and rust and stuff like that from my well. It's in the board. I think I paid like right around $80 for those Caterpillars, and like I said, they lasted me 2 years. So I'm going to go back and get another pair. I mean, I can still wear them. They're just starting to come apart, and they're getting uncomfortable to wear. So hopefully, before we head south, I'll get a new pair of boots, or I'll just wear my winter rubber thermal boots because it might be muddy down there if it rains. So. And I don't care how I look. I'll be wearing shorts and thermal boots. Don't matter. Awesome. Yeah. Wayne shot a wedding this weekend. Um, hopefully, you mean with a camera. You know, nothing, no other. Uh, Okay, Delisa. I don't have my phone with me, so I'll look at it after I get off the live stream. Oh, it flows away from the ocean. Wow, I did not know that. So, but yeah, I'm. Oh, awesome! You love them Troy belts, don't you, Andrew or Thomas? Sorry. Uh, yeah, I've got a rotor tiller I got to finish fixing. The people don't need it back till spring. That's why I've just kind of had it sitting there. But I'll I'm gonna try to get it going, and uh, hopefully before we go south. That way it's off my plate. And I looked at the schedule today. We've only got 3 more polls, so um, as long as Plan B holds out 3 more, we're good to go. Oh, it's an order to come. Okay, cool, awesome. And I did order some parts for Monkey Business to continue on with that build. Um, Ordered some parts to possibly put a brake linkage in it. And I was kind of eyeballing how I want to do the exhaust. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. So, but yeah, you know. And I was watching Renegade's Garage, the new welder they sent him. That was a nice looking little welder they'd sent him. Too bad they didn't send him the TIG torch. I really want to buy a TIG welder. Just for, I guess, just for shits and giggles. But I'd like to have one I can do aluminum and steel with. I know they're really expensive, and they don't really make one that's value minded. I guess DIY type deal. So probably just end up getting one that'll just do steel until if I like it or not, and then if I do like it, then we'll invest in a more expensive one to do aluminum. But there's like doing the exhaust on Monkey Business. It'd be really nice to have a TIG welder to weld that thin metal together to build the exhaust. I mean, I can do it with a TIG welder or MIG welder. I've done it, but it's just real time consuming and everything. So, but helping my brother today kind of reminded me I need to get busy on building my loft in my garage to get my junk stored up there to free up more floor space. Maybe I'll get on that after we get back from doing his building. Damn ad. Yeah, damn ads. It's all Cajun's fault. We'll blame it on Cajun.
Yeah, I'll take the blame. Why not?
What are you tearing into now, Cajun?
Oh, I'm building finishing up a signal generator. I mean, a signal tracer.
Oh. For like checking for bugs or what?
Electronics. Yeah. See, when you inject the signal into it, this is going to trace it. And where the signal stops at, voila, there's your problem.
Oh, for like tracing broken wire.
Bad parts. Bad parts on the circuit board.
Okay.
For transistors out, capacitors shorted, blown, open circuit. Usually, if it's an open circuit or something going to ground, forcing it to ground. Yep. Hey, Tommy Hamlet.
Hi, Tommy. Okay. I've seen those for like automotive stuff. They have them. You can put a. I didn't know how well they worked or not. You can put it on a wire and trace it back to.
Right. Correct.
Just,
Yeah. If it's broken insulation, it'll tell you that. It's like,
yeah.
wow, this insulation looks good, but the wire's broke inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
same thing.
You're just making something for you're making something for smaller parts.
Yeah. This is the probe for it.
Oh.
Well, it's part of the syringe. Anyway, all the parts are in here, and there's going to be a wire coming. Anyway, the wires coming out of this is going to have
basically an antenna.
No, it's going to have this on the end, and that's going to plug into the tracer itself, the amplifier I'm working on here. That's a BNC connector, and then they're going to have a BNC connector, on it, and that's it. It's an amplified speaker set. It's computer speakers is what it basically is.
Oh, okay. I kind of understand what you're putting down. Oh, Chris Christopherson died. I did not know that, Lisa.
Really?
I haven't watched any news or anything.
Oh, good singer and actor.
Yeah. And where's Bocce? Thomas, ever since she got the job with, I think, the schools, she has been so busy, I guess, with the girls and all those activities. I haven't really seen her. Oh, and your cousin passed away, too. Oh, I'm sorry, Lisa.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So, but, yeah, I'll be getting the little blue truck back on the road because luckily I didn't have a pull this weekend. That's why I wasn't in a really big hurry about doing it. But, yeah. And these are some of the easiest drum brakes. Oh, because it just posted it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, my right brain and left brain are not communicating well today. But yeah, some of the easiest drum brakes I've done in a long time. Most of the time, you've got like a dozen different springs and clips and everything else, and this thing just had one main spring across the top, one little spring running down the side that holds the adjuster, that keeps the tension on the adjuster, and one little spring on the bottom that holds the bottom half together on the pivot. So
that is an easy one.
Yeah, and there's no backer springs on the nails that that hold the brake shoe in. The clip itself is like a spring. It's like C-shaped, and so you compress it, and when it locks on the nail, it pushes the brake back in. So, yeah, exactly, John.
How you doing, John?
John, my reading comprehension sucks. Comes with a dyslexia, So,
second chance, hello.
Oh, hi, second chance. Didn't see you come in.
John Ashton, John Taggart from Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah, I remember him. Taggart. That was the big one. Judge Reinhold's partner.
Oh no, John. You can mess with me all I want. It's true. I have dyslexia. I've had it all my life, and my reading comprehension sucks.
I transpose numbers every now and then. And letters, which that seeing it backwards.
Most of the time, if there's something that I have to read instructions for, I got to have it right there and beside me. I can't read the instructions ahead of time and then implement that into real life. So a lot of times I'm just a good guesser. Me too, John. And spell check is my friend.
When I'm typing numbers, I gotta make sure that I see them right. I'll double check myself because I will type them in backwards.
Yeah, I actually bought a cheap drone just to practice with to see if it's something I'd like to try to use for video and stuff like that. And I kind of glanced through the instruction book. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a day and sit down with it by my side and actually, try to learn the operating of this thing, and that way I don't crash it or crash it too bad right off the bat. But I figured it might get some decent shots at the tractor pulls and stuff like that. I mean, it was like I said, it was just a cheap one, under $50 for it. Figure if I crash it too bad, I ain't out nothing. Maybe it'll be like my cheap camera. It'll actually be really nice. But like I said, it's been fairly windy out every day. I've had a little bit of time to play with it, and I've heard they don't like the wind very well. So yeah, maybe if I get good enough at it, I'll actually buy a nice one. But until I learn and don't destroy this one, too bad. I ain't gonna invest the money in it. What I need to do is just hire a camera person. That way I can get some better shots of my poles instead of just the head-on shot like I've been getting. I get really good video of everybody else but me. So I don't know. Maybe when we get big and famous, we did hit 2,300 subscribers now. 2,200, 2,300, or 4,300. I think we hit that. Little shy of my goal of 5,000 by New Year's Eve, but I don't. Yeah, 4.3. Yep, 4,300. I really wanted to be at 5,000 by New Year's this year, but yeah, it can happen. I mean, maybe something will go viral, and I'll get 700 subscribers, but I usually get about 75 a month, so I don't know how many leave. It just tells me how many new ones I get. So, but I don't watch the numbers that close anymore. I used to. Numbers are just numbers. I just keep putting videos out.
That's the keyword, viral. Get a video that goes viral. That's how some people, get big, or get a shout out from somebody with like 5 million subscribers. A good shout out.
Yeah.
Rob finds treasure. He's a coin collector, and he does half-dollar roll hunts and all. Well, one night he was in his video, and his daughter was there, and his wife was somewhere at her job or what have you, and his daughter was taking her place, and they could mom and daughter pass for twins. Anyway, some big channel that coin channel or something that knew Rob gave him a huge shout out, and man, he I think he gained 25,000 subscribers that night.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you could see the counter doing this. Ding, 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 like that. Oh, man, I forgot to put my ground tab on.
And you're right. Second chance. You know, and I get fairly decent views. I mean, nothing makes me happy. Makes it worth it doing. Makes it worth doing it most of the time. But I just like making the videos and putting them out there for y'all. Documenting my life, basically. You know, I don't got wife. I don't got no kids. You know, be my legacy. And hi, Rail.
Hey, real.
So, but yeah, um, and I think I said last week I'm still slowly gathering parts for the. I think we're going to go ahead and build another engine this winter for me. Uh, Basically a whole new tractor. Uh, but we're down to. I need the pistons and valves. Oh yeah, pistons and valves to build that engine. So um, probably the next thing I'll buy after I get done buying stuff for the truck, I'll buy the valves, and then a couple months after that, we'll buy the. Hopefully by Christmas, we'll buy the pistons, and we can start first of the year start assembling everything. Because I'll pull the intake and the carburetor off of Plan B because we're going to put that back into a governored state, so we can run that other class with it. And so we've got the carburetor, we got the intake, got the heads, crank, cam, valve springs, rockers, lifters, you know, basically everything to put it together but the pistons pistons and the valves. So um, you know, that's the two biggest expenses. Uh, I think I just looked up the pistons again, and they're up to like $450 now for the pair. That's pistons and ring. Yeah. Pistons and rings, and then the valves are. I can get them for like 75 a piece. I need 4 of them, so 300 basically.
You use Wiseco or another brand?
I use Diamond
Okay.
pistons. They seem like they hold up the best. So, but yeah, I'll have to measure the bore if I remember what it is again. I know it's a little bigger. I can't remember if it's 30 or 60 over stock 25. But I've got a dial indicator bore gauge thing that I can measure the bore with. So we'll measure the bore, order the pistons, and then order the valves. All right, Ben. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good day. So yeah, we got that build gonna be going on. Like I said, we got 3 more pulls, and then we can work on Plan B, putting it back to a governored engine, so we can run the 6,000 class, which shouldn't be too hard. I've got the carburetor and intake for that because I'm using a plastic intake for that, and the downdraft carburetor. Mark's got a bunch of engines down there. It's got all the linkage and everything I need on it. The flywheel or the governor gear and stuff. He's got all that kind of stuff. He said I can get from him. So none of that stuff will cost anything. It's just time doing that. We'll probably do that first, and then we'll get back on get to building the other engine. And when the parts come in to finish Mark's engine, I've got it sitting there too to finish putting it together. Quick Wrench, how you doing, bud? Thank you for stopping.
What's up, Dave?
So,
Ooh. Well, I
so
hate to leave good company, but I gotta run. I gotta go lay
all right,
down.
all right, man.
I'm not feeling too hot this evening.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, y'all
Hope you
take care.
hope you feel better. So,
Yeah, me too. All right,
so
blue top.
with that, so if anybody's is uh, so so yeah, that's what we got going on for this coming up projects. Uh, uh, plus a few other little things probably thrown in here and there, and uh, all that. So, uh, oh, okay. John just said he's got the local news up about Chris passing. Uh, but I have been contacted via email. Some of the I don't know how many of you guys that put videos and stuff out get contacted from the Amazon sellers stuff going on. I get a lot of places. A lot of places selling jewelry and housewares and stuff like that want me to do product reviews and stuff. So, um, but I have been contacted by a couple different companies that are actually tool companies, Amazon tools. So we're going to be doing a couple more of those, like that little air compressor thing. Um, Tommy Daryl is dealing with storm damage stuff right now, and Jeff, I have not seen him yet tonight. He might be hiding in a corner somewhere, just observing. Uh, Hi, Jeff. If you're out there. Uh, but yeah, uh, so one's a pressure washer, so we may be testing a pressure washer. Um, yeah, Daryl and Delise are dealing with storm stuff. Uh, yeah, that's a lot of it. Is the you know women's. Oh, we love your channel. I've been watching it, and it's we think your product will fit right in with your channel. Women's fashion and jewelry. Um, uh, I think Jeff stopped in for just a second. He wasn't up on panel. I think he stopped in and said hi last week. No, no, definitely, Bill. No Depends commercials, man. No. Uh, 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 let's see, HIPAA carburetors. Um, I'm working with them. I just haven't had anything that I've needed carburetors for. But we keep touching base with one another, and they they uh, they offer to supply me with some product. Like I said, I got a pressure washer. I just confirmed that getting an electric pressure washer probably sometime next week or so. Um, what was the other one? There was another one too that I just was just talking with about. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I probably get 15 or 20 emails a week. Like I said, most of it, all the hat from HIPAA. Yeah, yeah. Um, Tommy. uh, but yeah, we like I said, the last one I got today was what is it? Art, home art, like wall art. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that don't fit my stuff. So I'm nice. I email back and tell them that I don't think it's a good fit for the channel and blah blah blah. Uh, and then there, of course, there's the ones that well, you buy the product. and we'll reimburse you for the cost of it after you do a 5-star review of it. Yeah, that's not how it works. I don't give 5-star reviews on anything, especially yeah, we're not playing that game. You know, I need to get on need to get on the mailing list of some of them welder companies and stuff like that. Send me a couple welders. No, John, definitely. And I when I respond back when they send me this stuff, uh, wanting to know if I'm interested, I tell them straight up that I do 100% honest reviews. If it's junk, I'll tell you it's junk. And I bet I most definitely do not buy the product uh, and expect to get reimbursed. You know, uh, and then give you a five-star review because you reimburse my money for it. That ain't happening. Uh, that's why I do very few product reviews like that. Um, uh, no, Bill. It would have to be a lot of money. Um, you know, for me to do something like that, and even then, uh, it's not in my character to do that. Just say something's good because somebody paid me to. That little air compressor, that was actually on my Amazon list. Uh, I looked at them 2, 3, 4 times. That specific brand, um, actually a cheaper model than that one that they sent me, but uh, and that was out of the blue. I did not contact them first. They just happened to send me it, and I'm like, hey, that's one I've been looking at. Hi, Scott. How you doing, bud? Down there in the semi sunny state of Florida. So, but yeah, product reviews and stuff like that. Um, everything I've even that Vivor welding table. Uh, they sent that to me. You know, I did not pay for it, uh, and it is actually a nice table. I've got a lot of use out of that thing, not just as a welding table. Uh, works really nice as a running stand. Hi, Adam. How you doing, buddy? Uh, works really nice as a running stand to bolt motors down to because of all the holes. Um, you know, it's good. You know, ooh, eggnog beer. I like eggnog, but I don't like beer, and I don't think I would like the two together. A little bit of spiced rum in the eggnog. Now we're talking, but not eggnog beer. Ugh. Yeah, we need a company to get on board with us to sponsor some videos about like the welding machine or a lathe, small lathe or a small mill. That's something I could get on board with. You know, maybe an addition to the shop. There we go. Maybe we get AG1 to sponsor us. Some help, some of that green drink stuff. Sponsor a few videos, do an addition, build an addition onto the shop. We could do that. So, but yeah, and like I said, I'm very selective about the places that that I would try stuff from. Uh, the pressure washer, I've been kind of kicking around all summer or all year about getting an electric pressure washer uh, just to have around here. And I've actually looked at the brand that's gonna send me one or possibly send me one. We haven't confirmed it yet, but uh, looked at that brand and a couple other ones, and looked at the reviews and stuff on them. And I mean, they've got fairly good reviews. So yeah, congrats, Scott. More today. 17 pounds, 3 ounces. That's a big baby. So, but You know, maybe. Oh, how about an auto dealer? Get us a nice 3/4 ton truck and trailer. That'd be a nice sponsor. Um, the the other oil company over Schaefer's that I was talking with. Um, I emailed them a couple more times and nothing. So apparently, you know, they don't stand behind or don't feel confident in their product enough to you know, because there were some terms that I put out that uh, yep, awesome, Scott. Yep, but yeah, with that other oil company, to switch over to their oil, um, I put out some terms that that I felt were fair. Being as I'm building a new motor, um, I was going to run their oil exclusively in that engine, and I wanted some compensation for the parts and stuff, and uh, apparently they didn't like that because they've never gotten back to me. You know, so oh well, we'll keep using the Schaefer's. Not paid sponsor. I just believe in the oil. Yes, you do, Scott. Yeah, you got a regular girls' army going on. Uh, Building a 14 horse. That's awesome. I like the K series and K series coolers. Um, I just I like the V twins a little better. I mean, I used to pull the single cylinders. Um, oh, but that makes 4 nieces, 8 nieces now. Oh, hopefully hopefully there's some boys that get popped out in there, Scott. You know, yeah, yeah, and the that's easy to do. You know, forgetting spacers and stuff like that. I've put a couple of twins together and forgot to put like thrust washers on the cam, and you know don't run them, just remember, and then tear it all back apart and have to put the thrust washers and stuff in because that's not good not to have them. Uh, Same way with the K series, if you're putting them together and you don't get the end play right on them and they get hot and get tight, they stop real quick, and they usually don't like stopping real quick. Totally between my sister and brother makes 175 nieces and nephews. They're some busy people. What are you waiting on, Scott? Step up, man. You need to add to that. If you start now, about the time you're ready to go into the nursing home, they can all start supporting you. That's so. But brother was a gigolo. Huh. Just a gigolo, and everywhere I know, people know the role I'm playing. Gigolo, gigolo. Sorry, just had to. Little David Lee Roth there. So next year for the pulling season, we'll possibly have at least 2, possibly 3 different tractors to run. So I don't know. We'll probably just take one at a time because I don't have a pit crew enough to help with 3 tractors at one pool. Especially with the modified twin and the open twin being like right next to one another in classes. Yeah, I had no time in between them to get stuff moved around and stuff. They say that now, Scott. I haven't physically talked to my daughter or my daughter, whatever you want, daughter. I raised her since she was 2 years old. Um, I haven't physically talked to her in probably 6 or 8 months. So um, nothing's changed in my life. My phone number, my address, or anything like that. So I've caught a couple messages on Messenger and a couple posts on Facebook, but that's about it. But anyways, off that subject because we don't really care about that. Um, Next year's polls. That's what I was talking about. Um, 29 passengers. Is that the? Are those the van? No, those aren't the van front ones. Those are just the mini bus, the short buses. Um, yeah, 29. Yeah, 29 passengers. You have to get those. You have to get those converted title wise from bus to recreational vehicle, uh, so you can drive them without a CDL. Because they usually have air over hydraulic or air brakes or air over hydraulic. Okay, 3,500 Chevys. So they are the van fronts. I didn't know they made them at 29 passenger. I thought they were like, well, I guess 29. Yeah, 29 passenger would be right. Ooh, y'all, I'm losing my mind. That's a heck of a price. Just right now, I am zero, uh, zero on funds. Uh, with having to put money out for the brakes and everything on the Chevy or on the Dodge, and having to gonna have to buy a washing machine and everything else. My slush fund has come dangerously low, if you know what I mean. So that's why YouTube needs to start paying me more. I need a raise. Oh, they already have the RV title. Okay. Uh, some places will do that, and some places won't when they sell them. They do rent to own deals. They're down 150 a month. That's not a bad price. I could probably do 150 a month, but like I said, right now I'm not in the any spot to buy anything like that. Uh, Other priorities. I'm being an adult. I'm doing the adult thing. You know, you know. I'm not. I'm not buying non-necessity stuff right now. We need to finish. We need to finish getting the old little blue truck all set up because I still need to do a half shaft on it because the boot has a little bit of a rip in it. It's not bad, but the front CV axle and the four-wheel drive, it's not bad. It's not wiggly. It's not loose. It's just got a small rip in it. And some of the grease has come out. But I need to get the upper control arms put on, and I want to do the CV at the same time because you got to separate the ball joint to get the CV axle out. So, uh, Scott, I would be more than willing to come to New York to get one. Yeah, no more toys till Christmas. Exactly, Tommy. That's why we're holding off on buying the parts for the engine and everything else. You know, oh my look, yeah, but A&D, my little blue truck's a Dodge. It's the Dakota, and all everything that's gone wrong with it is purely because it's set for a little over a year. Um, the Briggs wagon, we can do that, but yeah, the boot for the CV shaft basically dry rotted. Um, the CV, the upper control arms aren't bad. The ball joints in the upper control arms aren't bad. It's the boots are dry rotted. They're OEM. They're original. It's an '05, so they're not sloppy. They're just not greasable. If they were greasable and the boots were torn, I wouldn't worry about it. I'd just keep pumping grease into them, keep them sealed up. But you know, all that we need to. I need to get that done, and I still want to get it oil sprayed for the winter. So, and that it all takes time and money. Mm. Yep. Uh, I live in the Rust Belt too, man. Uh, like I said, that's just. I mean, I got a heck of a deal on the truck, knowing that I was going to have to replace a lot of this stuff. Um, it just other things have gotten away from me, and I spent some money in different places that I needed to spend on the truck, and so now it's catching up to me. Thinking, oh, I got time. I got time. It's October. Snow's going to be flying here shortly. Which I plan on driving the old heavy Chevy more in the winter than anything else. But um, the only thing I had to do, it's basically set. The old heavy Chevy is set since I got the little truck. Um, I basically just had to charge the battery and put air in one of the tires, and it's like I never quit driving it. Good old Chevy. So, but yeah. Uh, yes, I see a lot of trucks like that up here. People buy them down south and don't do anything to them but buy them and bring them up here and drive them in the summer and everything like that. And 1 year through the winter, with all the salt and stuff we have on the roads, they instantly start rusting. Uh, there's only been a handful of them that I've known that bought Southern trucks, and they did it right. They brought them up here, they got them cleaned up, had them oil sprayed underneath, and they've actually lasted. The other ones I've known that, oh, it's a good Southern truck. Okay, yeah, one winter, and there's rust holes popping through them and everything else. It's like, you didn't take the precautions because you bought a Southern truck. But yeah, we talking about Southern vehicles and stuff like that, new vehicles. We got a 2025 Chevy Traverse at work. The cockpit in the thing looks like an airplane. Big touch screen off the one side where the radio used to be. Um, there is no shifter in them anymore. It looks like the old windshield wiper controller on the right hand side of the steering wheel. You pull it towards you and up for reverse, pull it towards you and down for drive, and you push the end of the button, push the end of the arm for park. It's very weird to drive. And all the instrument cluster. I mean, it still has the standard like speedometer type deal with the numbers in the middle, but like your fuel gauge and all that kind of stuff are all like kind of wrapped around it. you really got to look at what you're looking at to see, like the fuel gauge and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's just lots of bells and whistles, lots of things to go wrong. Uh, I gee, yeah, they're gonna. I'm glad it's a lease, not something we bought, because I have a feeling that thing's gonna be nothing but problems by the end of the lease. Just you know, send it on down the road, because like I said, it's all touch screen. There are a few buttons in it for the AC and or the heat and controls. But what's up, Mr. Briggs?
Oh, just had to step outside to get away from the funny farm in there.
I bet you with all them girls.
And no, I am not starting a family. You're nuts.
You're under the same mindset as me. I'm too old to start that crap.
Dude, I just turned 57.
I'll be 53 in November, and I'm too old for that.
And no, my nieces will never let their uncle go to a nursing home.
Oh, I believe it. I'm just pulling your leg there, Scott. We've met your nieces and stuff, so they seem like really really good girls. So, but yeah, okay. So sorry, I was reading something on my other screen. Uh, uh, oh, while I was at my brother's today, I didn't know if we were going to have a live stream or not because I got a notification at about 4 o'clock. I didn't have power or internet.
There we go. That's better.
But by the time we got done, they sent me another notification that it was back up and everything was fine. So I'm like, cool.
So how much does your heavy Chevy get to the gallon? Because when I drove down here, Cajun thought that was a little low. At Tahoe, someone changed the fuel tank from I think it was a 30-gallon originally. They put a 20-gallon tank in it, and I put in 12 20-gallon tanks into it. $762 to get down here.
Mine around town driving here, I get between 12 and 14 miles to the gallon. Now that's not highway driving.
I was getting about that's city driving, but I was getting about 12. But I said I don't think that's bad considering the fact when I came down here, I found out half the valves are out of adjustment, so I had to adjust all the valves. The number 6 and 8 valves were finger tight. So I just adjusted all the valves. It was ticking like crazy when I got down here. I had the timing chain I found out was whooped, so I changed that in my sister's garage, and now it's running better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll probably get 14 to 16 miles of the gallon, maybe up to 18 miles a gallon on the highway.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring. I don't think that's bad though. I'm saying for a truck, it's got 248.
No,
it's got 250,000 now.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm my Chevy. I've got 196,000. So yeah, that's not bad at all.
I mean, it seems like a lot of money, but from New York to Fort Myers, Florida, it's almost 1,700 miles.
Right. Yeah. No, that's not bad at all. Not bad at all for a heavy truck. So.
And anything that old, you always worry if it's going to die on the way down.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But I'm just glad that my wheel cylinder, because the wheel cylinder went out on my way home from work Monday. Sunday.
On what? The Chevy or the blue truck?
The blue truck. Well, I'm glad it did it Monday, not Sunday, because Saturday night, I was on my way home from the polls, and there's some pretty steep hills, I was towing the trailer. So It actually popped as I was pulling into the gas station because I was right about a quarter tank of fuel, and it was like $1 or 3.07 a gallon for fuel. I'm like, I'm gonna fill up now because I know it's gonna jump, which it did, over 20 cents. I was hit the brake to pull into the gas station, and she went just about to the floor, and I slipped it into neutral and coasted because I had my trailer on behind me because I'd picked up an air tank for a compressor, big 30-gallon tank, or I'm sorry, 60-gallon tank. But coasted up into the gas station, put the nozzle in the truck, and I'm looking underneath to see where the line blew. There ain't no drips or nothing. Okay, the master cylinder went bad. So I eased it home, backed it in the driveway, got it parked, pumped the pedal about 10 or 12 times, got out to make sure I didn't miss the leak because it was kind of misty, rainy out. Nothing, couldn't find it, popped the hood. There's fluid missing out of the master cylinder. I'm like, okay, it's got to be going somewhere. So I started looking around, and here I found it. It was on the passenger side rear wheel cylinder. It was leaking inside there. I'm like, okay, I know exactly what happened. The brakes have worn down enough because I knew they were getting low. Have worn down enough that it let the piston in that cylinder pop out a little bit and let fluid pass. Well, yesterday morning when I jacked it up and pulled the tire and the drum off, I figured out what it was. The nail that holds the shoe on had rusted off, and the pad had come out and bypassed wasn't even touching the wheel cylinder and let the piston push out of the wheel cylinder. Luckily it was a brand new wheel cylinder. I opened the bleeder up, pushed it back in all the way, tightened the bleeder back up, and put all the new pads or the shoes and drum and everything on it, and cleaned everything up, opened up the bleeder and just let it gravity bleed, and had some really nice drips coming out with no air, tightened it up, got in the truck, hit the brake pedal, nice firm brake pedal, not leaking. I'm like, cool. It's good enough. I can drive it to work Monday morning. I'll throw up on the rack Monday night and do the other side.
I was going to say, I hope you're going to do the other side. That'd make no sense doing just one side.
Yeah. It took me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get the drum off. And of course, I wasn't like busting butt to get it done, taking little breaks and stuff like that. But my back and stuff hurt so bad from being crouched down on the ground and stuff. I'm like, I'm not even going to attempt to do the other side because I'm going to do the wheel cylinder on the other side too.
Are you saying you're getting old, Ed?
Yeah. Old and spoiled from having a lift at my availability.
You do know, you got an big purchase to make. Before you retire, you got to buy yourself one of those lifts that you can put the least in your driveway and use it. Because when you retire, you're going to hate not having a lift.
Yeah. I've actually been kind of looking at seen a bunch of guys do the big RV carports and put 4-post lifts in them.
Yep.
Just the steel carport type deal. They do the big tall ones for like the RVs. They put 4-post lifts in them, and that way.
Go inside. That ain't Santa Claus. I'll let you see Santa Claus when I go down there and come back in December. I'm sure he'll say ho 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 then.
So, but yeah.
My niece is watching you inside. She thinks you're Santa Claus. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Thomas F-150 2012 has 2000. My heavy Chevy has one light on, and it's the O2 sensor, and it's the downstream O2 sensor. It's a wiring issue, and I've tried to trace it back, and there's a break in it somewhere between the plug for the O2 sensor and the ECM, and the truck isn't worth that much to get into it that deep to trace down that little single wire. So it just runs a little rich. Yeah,
and you're emission exempt probably because of your age.
Ohio's emission exempt. I don't live in a emissions county, so
I only have it ours is only from 25 years or older is exempt, but I was picking on Raising Cage, and I said, "Oh, I see you put a Toyota O2 sensor in your truck." He said, "No, I didn't. I put in what my truck calls for." I said, "If you put in a Denso, like you said, Denso is a Toyota brand."
Mm-hmm. So
I said that ain't Chevy, but that's all right. They all work the same. As long as the light goes out, who cares?
exactly, and it only has to go out for that 10 minutes of the checking when you need to get the sticker.
I personally think emissions are a joke. Because something, my father always told me the only reason why they came out with emission controls, and I'm sure you would agree with me, is because people started to get lazy and stopped doing tune-ups. If you do a proper tune-up on your vehicle, on like oil plugs, wires, you don't have that issue.
It's a money grab, and it's to get people that don't have a lot of money to buy vehicles off the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because 90% of your vehicles that don't pass emissions, it's lack of maintenance, but it's not lack of maintenance because they don't care. It's because they can't afford it.
And like your truck, like you just said, it ain't worth putting that kind of money to buy. I mean, if you're in a junkyard ever and find a good set of O2 sensors, you'd probably pop them out just to buy them. But how much is a new set? What, $100? The way you talk about that truck, it ain't worth $200.
No, I could probably put it on Marketplace and put $1,000 on it and get $700 or $800 out of it, just because the 4-wheel drive works and the engine runs. There's no issues with that. Body wise and everything. If somebody wanted a beater with a heater, be a great truck for them. But it'd be worth more to somebody that wants to do an engine swap or needs a good 5.3 and a transmission and a transfer case than anything else, because there ain't one body panel on it that's not rusted bad enough that would need replaced. And like I said, the frame's starting to rust bad enough that I won't tow anything with it. So
that'd be fun to take a truck like that, rip the box off it, rip the cab off it, bolt a set of seats on it, and make it a field dune buggy in a farm.
Yeah.
Take some 50-gallon drums, cut the wheels off, cut them in half, and make fenders in the back so you don't get a bath in the back. Make some half fenders in the front, and make it a field buggy. That'd be an awesome field buggy.
Yeah, if somebody wanted a farm truck just to beat around on a farm or do a tough truck competition with, be a perfect truck for it. Like I said, the 4-wheel drive and everything works good on it. It's just the body and the frame. I wouldn't trust to haul anything or tow anything, but it is what it is. So, all right, y'all, it's been a little over an hour. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'm going to go and get stuff ready for tomorrow, and we will catch you guys all next week. So thank you. And, good being north of the grass. Hope everybody's safe from the storms, and bye.
It ain't bad down here. It ain't